Hey nerds, welcome back to the Nerd Hangout. In this episode, I'm actually going to do some crafting. It is here in Denmark, fastelavn. My stepdaughter wants to be dressed up as Hermione, and she got a costume for that, which looks great. Why not try and make her a custom-made wand? It is here in Denmark, fastelavn. It's a kind of thing that reminds of Halloween. Here in Denmark we have both Halloween, something called fastelavn. Our children dress up just like Halloween, and my stepdaughter wants to be dressed up as Hermione, and she got a costume for that, which looks great. There was a magic wand included, and I didn't like that actually. I think it looked kind of clumsy and stuff like that, so I figured why not try and make her a custom-made wand. I think it'll be cool. I've never done it before, so this is going to be my first try, but I want to try it out. So let's go to the forge and see how that goes, guys.
There you are. It is time to bend the steel. Welcome to the forge.
Hey guys, welcome to the forge. I just want to show you this small Q-tip. It's actually a torch that my stepdaughter crafted for me in school. I thought it was very cute, so now I want to craft something for her. Here we have some material that I'm going to use for the craft. This is actually a fork, a plastic fork, where I just broke the handles off. I want to use that for the handle of the wand. Some branches, glue, water, base glue, some toilet paper rolls, and some feathers for the handle. And then we are ready to go. The black thing I have in my hand is actually a brush. The thing I have there in the hand is actually a hair roll, which has a steel wire inside and it's rubber on the outside, so it's very bendable. I want to shove it into this toilet paper roll, which I want to craft the handle out of. And this is a used brush that I want to use for the wand. Just see if it fits there in the end. Here I squeeze it tight. The idea is to get some water and glue 50-50 shade on that TP roll. It's emptied of paper, of course. Just putting my glue gun out, make it ready, warm it up. That is the steel end of the brush where I have cut the brush hair off. See how it fits. That is the hair pin roll I was talking about, with steel wire inside. Gluing it to put it inside of the TP roll. And as you see there, I have the end of the brush where the brush hair is usually on. So I'm just gonna glue that inside of the TP roll. So that will be the connecting part to the handle. Try to squeeze it tight so the glue will stick, and so the wand handle doesn't get too thick. I'm just improvising here, guys. I haven't done this before. I just have quite an idea, or a bland idea of what I'm doing. Now I want to re-glue the brush itself back into the hole where the brush hair were on, to connect it to the handle. Wipe off the exit glue. Squeeze it tight. As you will see later, I wasn't too happy what I'm doing right here, but I will get into that. This is not the best solution, guys. But sometimes you have to make a mistake to get a better result. The roll is way too big, so now I'm squeezing more glue inside to get it a little bit more tighter. I don't want the handle to be too thick and clumsy. I'm blowing on it just to see if I can get it to harden a little faster and cool air on it. The glue from the glue gun, that is. I want the branches that I've collected there to go around the wand to make it look nice. So now I make an extra TP roll to cover the second one where I can put the branches inside. I want about 4 branches. Now I took the thicker branches because I want them to be more durable, stronger. But I won't recommend doing that. As you will see, I will change my mind. Take the thinner ones because they're more easy to bend around. And it just looked clumsy using the thick ones. They were too strong also, easier to break. Here I'm gluing it on, so you can see how I'm doing that. Putting it in the extra layer between the TPs there. And as I'm doing it, I'm actually thinking this maybe isn't the best way to do this. There must be a better solution, but I'm hopeful to see if it will work. But it feels thick in my hand, and I don't want it to be so thick that the duration between the wand itself and the handle is too much of a difference, size-wise. Here I'm spraying some water on it to make it soft, the carton roll where the TP is on, so I can squeeze it even tighter. I'm cutting the exit of the branches off, the 4, because I don't want them to go too far beyond the wand length itself. So I'm cutting it to size. So you can see now that they're sticking around, and I want to bend them to go around the wand. You can see now that I'm trying to bend the stick. It's too thick, so it's hard to bend. Unnecessarily hard. Now if I did choose a thinner one, it would be better. Now I'm looking at it, and I'm not happy, to be honest. Yeah, I changed my mind. I removed the carton TP, I removed the branches off. They were too thick, and I picked some thinner ones. And I want to start over. Now I'm just taking the rubber hair thingy that I talked about in the beginning, and I just want to glue that on itself without the TP, as I'm doing right now. Then I'm going to take some steel wires to go around to make them stronger. So now I'm just gluing it, so you can still see the TP residue is still on it from which I just removed. Going a different path, guys. This is much better. That's the steel wire. Making it tight, going all the way around both the wand and the handle itself to make it stronger. Now I'm taking thinner branches, so they're easily to bend, because I found out the thicker ones, yeah, they are stronger, but you can't bend them, and if you force them to bend, they will break, which the thinner ones are easily bended. And now I don't want to go between layers of TP rolls, the cartons. Now I just want to glue it directly on the handle. I want to do it 4 branches, 1 on each side. Using the glue gun all the way around the branch. Just waiting till it sets. Now I'm turning the handle with the branch to make it go around. Second one. I figured at this point with the second one it's easier maybe to just glue it on the handle first, so it's stuck, and then go for the rest as I bend it. Sometimes when it's so thin a layer of glue, it hardens too fast. See? The handle looks kind of messy now, but I will cover it.
So when I have covered the branches all around, I want to cover the handle. And I'm using the Scotty method as I've talked about before, using TP, making it toilet paper, making it wet so I can move it around it, shape it, and then I'm going to squeeze some glue on it, which is 50-50 water and glue. That makes it hard. I've used this method on a lot of different crafts. You can see that when I use it, for example, on the Turtle Dragon craft. At this point you see it also looks very thick, but I will squeeze it very tight. And it's just toilet paper, so it will get a lot tighter. And I want to use actually the fork handle that I showed you just there on the handle as well, so it looks nice. That will also hide all the steel wires and the branches and stuff like that. That's the glue. 50-50 water, 50-50 glue. Squeezing it tight. At the end. These projects, they always look kind of messy mid-project. I'm just gonna leave it there to dry. See if it fits with the handle. Yeah. As soon as it dried, I took it outside and spray painted it black. And what I missed to do was to show you when I actually glued the feathers on the handle. If you can see it now there. I took the ones I'm showing you right now, the feathers look like this. And they're glued on the handle. So now I'm just gonna cut them a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer. So it looks kinda cool, like raven feathers used. Now you could leave it just like that. I want to add some silk red string also. Make it a little bit more comfortable to hold. You can even tell me in the comments what would you do at this point. Would you just leave the feathers as they are? Or would you add also the silk wires I'm doing? You can tell me in the comments about your opinions. But anyway, at this point I am going to glue the silk on it so it also hardens it. So at this point there's a lot of things in the handle hardening it. The steel wire, the branches, the toilet paper with the glue, the feathers and spray paint, and now I am gluing this silk string on it. It becomes harder, but it's still soft, silky soft to touch, which is nice. Trying to getting it as tight as possible. Just cut off the extra silk. I really like the color anyway, but that's just me. The brush itself is just a base paint at this point, black. Just gluing a little extra on the outside as well. Make sure it sticks and hardens, but still feels soft to the touch, which is important, or I wouldn't do it. So far so good, I think. Leave it to dry. And while the silk is drying, I thought, why not paint it? So this is just brown, normal brown, and I want to cover the entire thing with the brown color. The wand itself, not the handle. Just afterwards I'm going to paint the details of the branches. A different shade of brown, burnt umber. So I made the paint kind of thin, a little bit of water so it will spread very easily and go between all the cracks. You can always add another layer afterwards if you think it's too thin. Just to check if I got it all. So far so good. Leave it to dry. So yeah, now it's nice and dry, and now we're going to paint the branches burnt umber. So it's a different shade of brown, so you can see the difference between the wand itself and the branches going around it. I'm using a very thin paintbrush at this point, just to get the branches themselves. I don't want the paint to get on the wand, only the branches. It's a burnt umber is a more deep reddish brown. You'll see afterwards that it looks kind of nice. And when we're finished with that, it's time to dry brush. This is a sand color. At this point, I painted also the handle, the plastic fork brown, and I dry brushed that, and now I'm dry brushing the wand itself, just highlighting the high points of the brush. The only downside with using the handle of a big brush as the wand is that it's very soft, and when you paint it, it doesn't look so natural. And this dry brushing helps it to get a little bit more this wood kind of look. I'm sorry for the terrible angle here, guys. But at this point, I am going to glue the handles on it, holding it up so you can see. Yeah, there. And I want it to be a total of 4 pieces of the plastic fork all around it. I don't know what I was thinking with this angle, guys. I was multitasking, to be honest. Now, you may think that maybe the plastic fork wasn't necessary. It would be fine just with the feathers or fine just with the red silk. But I like the look with the forks also. Now, I did think that the end of the wand became too long there behind the handle, so I actually cut that off to make it just ending right behind the fork itself. And I'm actually about to be finished now, so you will see the final project. Just gonna leave it on the table for you. Here, you can see. It's okay for my first try of a wand. It's not the most beautiful thing, but I think it's fine, and I already learned a different kind of things that I will do differently next time. But I think it looks kind of cool. You can see some of the feathers sticking out. That's the branches, some green leaves, which I also used a small brush to paint very delicately. Overall, guys, I think it's okay for a first try of a wand. And now I'm gonna give it to my stepdaughter.
I don't know what this is. Jag vet den är lång. What is this?
It's a wand.
That's cool. That is so cool.
You like it?
I love it.
I created it for your costume.
Whoa. Look realistic. It looks fantastic. Thank you, John. Obrigado, Laviosa.
Well, it seems like she liked it. I think it's okay for a first try, and I have to apologize that there were some problems with the recording, so I missed some of the crafting, but I hope I explained it good enough for you the way I did it. But anyway, it was okay for the first one try. I'm definitely gonna try it again, see if it becomes better, but it was a cool build, and I love that my stepdaughter kind of liked it. She's gonna look great for Festival. Anyway, guys, this is all I had for this episode. Goodbye, nerds.